Let's go to Parliament now because Finance Minister Ofori Atta is scheduled to next week brief Parliament on various steps government is taking to address challenges facing the economy. At least 12 questions have been programmed by the House touching on various matters, including whether government intends to return to the International Monetary Fund for financial assistance. Mr. Ofori Atta is on record to have indicated that government has no intention to go for such an assistance. Deputy Majority Leader Afenyo Makin, who has been briefing the House on activities for next week, assured the Finance Minister is poised to provide answers as well as deal with the current economic challenges. Joseph Akable is our man in Parliament. He joins us with more. Akable, run us through some of the questions the Minister is expected to answer come next week.
He's going to be asked if the government, through the ministry's work plan, intends to return to the International Monetary Fund for financial assistance. There's another one about whether the plans government has to establish through the Ministry of Finance to reduce the debt stock, which stood at 76.1 in the first half of this year. There's also another bit about how much was raised in the total from government bonds since 2017, who the transaction advisors and book runners were since 2017. But Mr. Afenyo explains that the answers will also touch on the current challenges facing the economy and how government intends to address those challenges.
Akable, hold on for me because government has for the second time this week also failed to get parliamentary approval for a 20 million euro loan facility due to lack of a decision-making quorum. MP Frank Anodon today urged the House to approve the facility. Not Tong MP Samuel Okujetua Blakwa, however, pointed out the House does not have a decision-making quorum.
The understanding yesterday was based on the fact that if we have the numbers, because our leader has set the tone, and he told us, we were all here, that for the decision-making quorum, as the Supreme Court has said, according to Article 104, we must have at least half of members. That is the understanding we have by our leader. So I'm sure that whatever discussion you may have held is based on the fact that both sides will mobilize their numbers. At this point, at this material moment, I don't see us having the numbers. And the Supreme Court is very clear that decision-making, Article 104.1 must apply. So I do not see us having the numbers because people are watching, and these days the rate at which people are heading to the Supreme Court, they will take this matter up. So, the Honorable Afenyo Makin, you may want to mobilize your people. We are the majority. We are more than your people.
Honorable, address me.
Deputy Speaker of Parliament Joseph Wusu says the House must seriously address the inconsistent approach on this matter. He explains the record shows the decision-making quorum available, but MPs were actually not present in the House. My colleague Joseph Akable is still on the line. Joseph, so how did the issue of quorum resolved? Akable?
Hi, Aisha.
Yes, so how did this issue...
no choice but to adjourn proceedings. In fact, shortly after this particular engagement, it went on to deal with another business that has to do with a second reading of the amendment to the Criminal Procedure Act 30. The Deputy Attorney General was in court. It was in Parliament to lay this particular document before the House. But then again, the issue of quorum arose. And this time around, there were very heated exchanges between the Deputy Majority Leader, Alexander Afenyo Makin, as well as Minority Chief Whip, Muntaka Mubarak. The exchanges went on to the extent that the point was being made that henceforth a decision will not be taken if that requirement of at least half of the members of Parliament present is not met. And so that decision, again, they had to suspend it. They couldn't approve the document for a second reading. They had to take another adjournment. The Speaker of Parliament, in this particular instance, the Deputy Speaker who is presiding, George Wusu, has warned that henceforth, if they come, the MPs who come into the chamber and sign and leave, the records of the next day, their names will be taken off as not being present, because he says he cannot understand why they come to the chamber and sign. Yes, when they are about to take decisions, then it's pointed out that the numbers are less than the half required. But the following day, when the records are presented, they see as many as 230 MPs being on the record as being present. Yes, they couldn't have taken very simple decisions. So he said henceforth, they will not tolerate that anymore.
What other business is scheduled for today?
In fact, the House has been adjourned till next week, Tuesday, and we understand the caucus are having a key meeting, and one of the issues that we'll be discussing has to do with this issue of quorum for business.
Joseph Akablaze, our man in Parliament.